Hello, welcome to SRN Radio, and we are at my coffee shop, and I am here with Ty Andrews. Ty, welcome. What are you up to these days?
I'm just living my purpose, which I understand is just to live in joy. But some things I'm doing right now is working on my music and continuing my children's publishing company called Conscious Kids Network as well.
So, what inspired you to start a children's publishing company?
I had this hit, with all of the things going on in the world, obviously what just recently happened with Orlando. But even before that, I realized that hate and fear and a sense of not feeling worthy is something that is taught. And I realized that if we could instill certain values and give children a safe place to express themselves primarily through art, which I've learned that a lot of kids can express, they don't always express through a textbook, that would help them set them up to be conscious leaders today.
Awesome. Okay, so if somebody was interested in getting their child into one of your programs, where can they find you?
They can visit Conscious Kids Network. We also particularly work with adults and authors. Any adult that wants to tap into their inner child, we really champion people who would like to share their story, whether it's a children's story or helping children. And that's through arts, music, and entertainment. So we're working on our second book right now, called Splash, the Raindrop, but the very first one was Brookie's Adventure.
Okay. Yeah. And then I also hear that you're an artist. What do you have going on there?
I'm a music artist as well, and I have a history of graphic design, but right now my focus is music, and I have a single out right now called Space, and a lot of my music is positive music, and most of it is about my life, but Space really, it talks about being okay with being in the darkness to find your light. Sometimes we judge ourselves when we are going through pain. We don't let ourselves process the pain. And actually, this song was written when I was in a really dark place. And I realized when I gave myself permission to just feel through that, I was able to really tap into some of the gifts that were already in me to be able to express with the world.
That is absolutely amazing. And I'm actually at Space right now, tapping into the world. So that's right in that journey. Yes, and something's brought us together. So that's awesome. So where else can they find you? Is there anything else you'd like to share?
My website is tyandrewsmusic.com. And I'm also just really focused on living the principle and being the example. So I've really humbled myself to try things from a beginner's mind. I'm going back to school. I really enjoy being here supporting Clark. Clark was one of my very first mentors when I was studying architecture and graphic design. So next year will be 20 years as a graphic designer, but I'm also exploring being a musician and studying audio recording and using some of that audio recording to explore using sound as a healing component. So I recently discovered that my niece, who was 18, was diagnosed with brain cancer. So I'd like to use some of that knowledge to see how I could perhaps use sound as a healing component for her and other people that may need some healing with the things that we take for granted that we hear in elevator music or we hear in a video game.
Yes. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, and we were here from SRN at my coffee shop. Thank you for tuning in.